Welcome back for another video. The Roundup is a series on this channel that arms you with useful information to take into each game week to arrive at better decisions. This includes the top players for predicted points, the bookies odds, transfer trends and more. An accumulation of smaller but correct decisions can have a significant impact over the course of the season. If you find today's video useful, hit like on it to support the channel. I read every comment, so let me know what you thought of the Gameweek Roundup below. Enjoy the video. We'll start with the Goalscorer Odds, and the odds given are always based on the assumption that the player starts, and this is sometimes not the case. Ronaldo is top for the second game week in a row with a 51.5% chance of scoring any time according to the bookies. Salah comes close in second, he's been given a 50% chance. Liverpool will have had time to rest following their postponement versus Leeds, and Leicester travel to Anfield off the back of a 6-3 loss to Man City. Lukaku had a big impact off the bench for Chelsea in their win against Aston Villa and comes in joint third along with Jota. Calvert-Lewin could have been in line for a start in Gameweek 19, but Everton's match was postponed. He last played all the way back in Gameweek 3 and he was in good form at the time with 3 goals in 3 games, so he could be one to keep an eye on. Sterling is also in good form at the moment, scoring twice versus Leicester, and he's been benched just once since Gameweek 12 and only failed to complete the 90 minutes in one of those starts. Foden on the other hand was benched once again, but perhaps could be in line for a start due to the very tight turnaround between Gameweek 19 and 20. Onto the clean sheet odds, and it's Man City who are on top and have been given a 58.5% chance of shutting Brentford out for their away trip. Man United are joint second for their match against Burnley, who have had all of their matches postponed since Game Week 16. Chelsea have also been given a 49.5% chance of a clean sheet for the match against Brighton at Stamford Bridge, and it's the last good fixture for Chelsea before they face Liverpool, Man City and Tottenham, and then 2 blank game weeks. Tottenham have been given a 31.5% chance and have 3 clean sheets in their last 4 games played. Watford are still yet to keep a clean sheet this season and have an important match at home against West Ham. Brentford are rock bottom this game with an 8.5% chance of shutting up Man City, who look unstoppable at the moment and are one of only 2 sides who have not had any matches postponed. It could be a long night for Leicester for their match against Liverpool, and they've been given just a 10.5% chance. Newcastle have just 1 clean sheet all season and they've been given a 21% chance against Everton. Onto the top predicted points for Gameweek 20, and it's Salah back on top for the Leicester game with 5.8 predicted points. It could be a decisive game week for Captaincy, as many managers sold Salah for the likes of Ronaldo and Son when Liverpool blanked in Gameweek 19. Stick around for the end of the video where we look at the captain poll results. Ronaldo and Son appear in the top 4 with 5 and 4.1 points respectively, which is good news for those who sacrificed Salah. Kane also comes narrowly behind Son, both of which scored against Crystal Palace in Gameweek 19. Leave a comment below on who you plan to captain, and if you find these videos useful, please drop a like. Onto the most transferred players heading into Gameweek 20. At the time of recording, the Newcastle vs Man United match is the last game to be played before Gameweek 20, though over 40,000 managers have already picked up Saka, whose match has been postponed, and once again demonstrates why we have to wait until as late as possible before making any moves. That said, it was a controversial Gameweek 19 deadline after the FPL website crashed a few minutes before the deadline. So evidently there's still many managers making late moves, and perhaps 10 or so minutes is a more sensible buffer if you intend to make your moves very close to the deadline. Lucas Moura put in a man of the match performance and is the second most transferred in so far, off the back of his 17-pointer. Spurs have a few matches postponed and look certain for a double game week in 22. There's a lot of surprise names this week. Dennis was announced in Nigeria's squad for the African Cup of Nations, so he could only have 1 or 2 game weeks before he departs. Likewise, Tierney makes the top 10, he also has a postponement at Gameweek 20. With Gameweek 20 kicking off not even a day after Gameweek 19 wraps up, we could see a swarm of transfers much closer to the deadline, hence the uncertainty with the top transfers as it stands. Let's take a look at the most transferred out next, and it's Bernardo who's top after his 2-pointer against Leicester, after having no involvement in any of Man City's 6 goals. Smith Rowe is the second most sold, and for the 3rd consecutive game week he scored off the bench. He could have been in line for a start in Gameweek 20, but as we discussed, their game is off, so no surprises to see him, along with Watkins, Rafinha, Martinelli and Tomiyasu, who don't play either. We've discussed how Chelsea's fixtures turn for the worse soon, so it's understandable to see James here, especially off the back of his own goal against Aston Villa, though it looks fine to give him one more game week before considering selling. We'll finish the roundup as always with the captaincy poll results. Thanks to everyone who voted on the poll on our Discord. If you'd like to join, a link's in the description. The results are in and they are as follows. Salah is top with 58.8% of your vote, though it is the lowest we've seen him captain for some time, ignoring the postponement. He was top in the predicted points segment and he's been in incredible form all season, so no surprises to see him top again. though many managers were able to hold on to their free hit chip at the sacrifice of Salah, and as such it's Ronaldo in second with 16.5% of the vote, and Son in third with 12.9% of the vote. Son's been arguably flying under the radar relative to his form, and he's now scored in 4 consecutive matches and has an assist over that period too, and is averaging 8.75 points per game over the last 4. With more fixtures postponed this game week, nailing the captaincy will be as important as ever, especially if you're one of the managers with players out. Elsewhere, very few votes for the alternative options. Trent and Jota get 2.9% and 2.6% of the vote, and a few votes for the City boys, Cancelo, De Bruyne and Sterling. Thank you for watching this Gameweek's episode of the Roundup. If you found it useful, please hit like to support the channel and hit subscribe if you're new. I read every comment, so as always I'm keen to hear your thoughts.